What's up, guys? Holding Hands with you here, bringing you Eden Zero manga review. This was chapter 38, titled 22 Shots. This was a very good, solid chapter. A lot of things went down. We got some very important stuff. We have Shiki fighting Jimaroth in that monster farm, but it doesn't last long because Jimaroth had used the hack system and he's switching codes to cancel off, his cheat. And every time he does that and he goes for a strike, Hermit is putting up a new code to give him different armors to block and neutralize Jimaroth's attacks. So it's like he keeps canceling, striking, but then getting repelled from the armor. He cancels again, he strikes, and they just keep going with this back and forth for a couple of panels until Jimaroth gets real upset and PO, and he just has to use the sacrificial spell where it just completely shuts the whole world down, and all the data, all the information, everybody gets wiped out that's in there, including the NPCs. And then Shiki was like, I'm gonna hurry up and beat this guy and save everybody here, because their memories are part of their souls, and as long as we remember them, they technically have souls. And Hermit, she was kind of inspired by this, and she was kind of happy when she heard Shiki say this. And she had like a shocked face, and she was like trying to crack a smile, but then when she caught herself, she get back to her gloomy face. And we have Shiki now actually fighting Jimaroth one-on-one again, but this time it's different, because neither of them can use any more cheats, since Jimaroth put that code in to shut down the whole world. Now they're in an even playing field. Now they have to use their original powers. And this is when things get very, very interesting. And this is, if Hiro Mashima does this right, this could make the story, it's already better in my opinion than Fairy Tail, but if they can keep this up and solidify this, what I'm about to tell y'all, then this would be like the best, period. Hands down, no one could argue that. And what I'm talking about is the introduction of power levels. Now we had mentioned power level once earlier in chapter, I'm gonna say 10, when Shiki was fighting that fake LC Crimson. Supposedly the space cop said there was someone in there that had a power level over 100,000. And it was stated in this chapter by Homura that Shiki's physical strength in the physical world, thanks to there's no more data now since that spell is off and no one could cheat, now they have to use their own physical stuff, that Shiki's power of his hits right now are from 2,000 to 2,500. So it's somewhere in that range. But the damage output is 4,500. And she was like, isn't your health only 100,000? Which means, and then we find out why this chapter is called 22 Shots. It's called 22 Shots because that's exactly how many hits Shiki needs to put this guy down. And it's funny because he used a technique called Fury of Blows, which is him just punching the guy. And if you look at his hands, he doesn't have any makama. No, there's no machinery. You see his reins look like machines, but it's like he doesn't have no machine gloves, which means he's not using his ether gear. That's just his physical strength. Again, physical strength. They can't use no more cheats to power themselves up or power down their opponent, and he's not using his magic. He's just going in pure physically, and he's doing this much damage or force. So imagine with magic, not magic, but the ether gear, which is like magic in this realm. Imagine if he would have had that equipped while doing these hits. It probably would have took half of that, like 11. Maybe even half of that. Maybe just 5. But that's the reason why the chapter was called 22 Shots. He took him down easily after 22 shots. I guess Jimaroth is kind of a disappointment because he has like this bad looking character design, and I mean that to go away, badass character design with a powerful weapon, but in the end he was just a cheater. And once they caught him cheating and they canceled it, thanks to his own stupidity of canceling it, it was like he really wasn't nothing. She could actually beat him easily. So that other guy, the one who was kidnapping Pino and using the power machine, he's technically stronger than Jimaroth, because Shiki took way more than 22 shots to beat him. Same thing with Jin. the robot ninja took more than 22 shots to beat him. So it's like Jimmy Roth really wasn't that strong. He looked fearsome and strong, but he really wasn't. And then after that, we have everybody being happy and stuff, and thanking Shiki, saying, "Thank you for saving us." The little girl that he saved, she started calling him Big Brother, and that made him happy. And he started making friends with everyone in that whole village now. And we had this one really funny scene where the troll dude who had the arrow all stuck in his back, he's actually hitting on Homura, and Homura's like, "I'm being hit on by a troll, but I'm going to ignore it." But there is one thing in the chapter I did not like, I forgot to mention. When Shiki was going in with all those body blows, he states, "I'm going to use the power of friendship to beat you." And I was like, ooh, bad terminology to use. And I want to correct something, because something that I found out recently, thanks to other YouTubers. That Junimi's box, which that's the translation that I read, them and other sites have actually been sabotaging Eden Zero. And a lot of the times when they use friendship, the word friendship is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be comrade. Because in Japan, when you use nakama, it can mean friends, family, or comrades. In One Piece, it usually means comrade/family. Where in Fairy Tail, they use it as friend/family. But in Eden Zero, Hiro Mashima wanted to switch it up, and it was supposed to be the nakama, but the friend-comrade version, the same version they use in One Piece. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of translator, because of their hate towards Fairy Tail, it seems like they're trying to sabotage Eden Zero, and they actually put it in power of friendship instead of comrades or spirit of comrades and stuff. And you might say this is not a big deal, but it is a big deal, because that's the main thing that people hated about Fairy Tail was its power of friendship. Even though it was stated to be a main core that anyone could use, people still didn't like that idea. So now they're trying to sabotage Eden Zero with it. It's like that flock of hatred is going to try to carry over. And that's exactly what these people who are translating these sites are going to. So please go read the original release that has the original words on it. But yeah, that was basically the end of the chapter. Everybody being happy and wanted to go back home to Eden Zero, the spaceship. And of course, Hermit got invited. And thanks to the title that we got for next week, chapter 39, known as the Computer Hacker Spider Hermit, most likely she is going to join them next week. Now, is her relationship going to get any better with them? Because she says she hates humans. We don't know. Oh yeah, we also got another funny part I forgot to mention about Wise. He was going to say something cool to him, Hermit, about how thanks for helping us and stuff like that, and you do have souls, and he was going to say something else, but he got cut off. And you have Shiki and Rebecca looking at each other with like this cute blush, just hair in their mouth like this. We're saying he was going to say something cool, but got cut off, and they're just laughing at him. But yeah, chapter 38 of Eden Zero, great chapter, great stuff. Can't wait for next week when Hermit officially joins, and hopefully we get the clarification of Homura, like that, you know, that she's not really a traitor. Even though we know she knows James, and James is part of LC Crimson, but he was also a cop, so it's like, it's kind of weird. So hopefully she's not a traitor, because I do like her character and the way she interacts with everybody, but it is what it is. If Hiro Mashima does take that route with her being evil and being a traitor. And again, another thing I want to talk about mainly is the power level system. I'm actually liking how Eden Zero did this. This is only the second mention so far. Like I said, the first one was somewhere in the 10s. I think it was 10 to 15, somewhere in that chapter range. And now again in 38, we get another power scale feat. So we know there's power levels in here. Hopefully though, unlike the 7 Deadly Sins and Dragon Ball Z, that has ridiculous power scaling and it sometimes doesn't make sense and makes the story just Hopefully Hiro can fix that. Because Hiro Mashima has already taken a very good concept of time and space traveling, and he's thrown it in here, and he's been doing good with that so far. But if you can add like a really solid power level system that makes sense in here as well with that, this will solidify that Eden Zero is completely in a whole nother level than Fairy Tail. And hopefully the success that Fairy Tail had, hopefully Eden Zero will get that times 2 or higher. You know, Fairy Tail, even though people hated on it, it did rank pretty good in sales and manga sales and merchandise. And we're still in the final season, which I review on my channel, just to let y'all know that. So, it is what it is. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Share with your family and friends. Give this video a like. Follow me on Twitter. And tell me down below what you thought of the chapter, what you like so far of Eden Zevo, and who's your favorite character, and what you think of Chiki and this power scaling that we got. It's been really vague so far because we only got it twice, but tell me your thoughts and opinions on it. I really want to know what other people out there has to say about it. But that's all I have for you guys. Peace out and have a good one.